Welcome to Patvinsuo National Park. This is Suomu Lake. Suomu being scale, like a fish scale. And we'll be paddling across that about 4 kilometers. After that it's gonna be turning into Suomu River, which is, I don't even know, 20 kilometers long? Again, besides the map master. And after that there's gonna be another lake, and that's where our car will be waiting. Which basically means that Vesa is again gone, driving the car already to the end point, and he's gonna get a ride over here. So, nothing but me over here and some lonely duck that I just saw, which has deserted me now too. Nice. This will be our equipment for today. So the real wooden paddles and some really cheap plastic ones in case the river gets tight and bony. And as you can see, once again traveling light, and no, this is not ours. Day trip only. So we expect to be back home by midnight. The place itself is close to the Russian border, so we're close to Lieksa, which is behind Joensuu. And about a 3-hour drive from Kuopio, which means we had to get up this morning at 4. Can only get better. Actually, it cannot only get better, because Vesa just called me from the car. There's a heavy rain front coming in, so I'm expecting to put on our rain gear in no time. Well, look who it is. What, the driver gave you an axe because we're gonna need it?
Yes.
For real?
And said also that we might need a saw.
That we might need a saw? Okay then.
Okay, we now have an axe with us from the guide in the nature center over there. He said we also might need a saw. We ordered one, but it's gonna be here next week, so this is gonna be an interesting trip.
And what's that thing in your other hand?
He has lost 3 axes on that river, so he tied a knot over here and a Coke bottle over here, so if the axe is lost, then
yes,
the bottle can, the axe can be still found, like with the bottle.
Okay. Rain clothing on. Off we go.
Off we go. Money. Here we go. Adventure is starting. Weather forecast promised quite a heavy rain going over the lake. While I was taking the car to our end point, we got good, actually a really nice rain, but there's nothing over here now.
It's quite shallow here.
Oh, first time hitting the floor.
Wasn't it so that this place here is famous for having a sandbank come out of nowhere?
Yeah.
So you have absolutely no warning, not even grass coming out from the bottom?
This is an interesting lake, like it can, inside 100 meter, it can go up and down like tens of meters, the depth of the lake. And also supposedly extremely big perch fishes in here.
Kilo, right?
Kilo, yeah, they have caught in kilo. We have, so biggest we have gotten so far is like a 300-400 grams. And that was already a nice one.
But we're not fishing today,
No.
Since this will turn into a river adventure quite quickly. Oh, look at the sunshine coming through. Beautiful. But as you can see, the lake adventure is almost behind us, and in front of us you see now the bridge. And the hiking path comes from either side, and behind that we turn to the right. And then it's like 500 meters and we're already at the river. Something tells me we're not going to fit through that.
Oh my friend.
Let's see. Do we fit? Maybe I take the camera down. Maybe we should brake a little bit. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. Emergency ducking.
Yeah.
No?
Don't be back here.
Why? Oh, you fit.
I think
You fit. That was a close one. Okay.
first bump into the canoe.
Yes. A forest adventure. This is where we're coming from and this is where we're going. And as you probably heard already in the background, there's some current just around the corner. So Vesa's going for a little check. And he's spying what lies ahead. We know from the tourist guide over here that there's indeed one current that we absolutely are not allowed to go into. I heard something. Yes, one current that we're not allowed to go into. And is that now the one we're not supposed to go into?
I think this is the one, yeah.
So Portage.
Portage. No chance that I will go with my canoe in that one.
Okay, that bad.
Oh, it looks really bad. The start is really bad.
Okay.
There's kind of like a little bridge that goes underneath and it's really bad. But after that, maybe. But we're gonna be portaging.
Okay.
Portage, Finnish style.
Maybe next year?
Maybe next year. Maybe when there's a little bit less water, this is doable. Now it is a little bit too violent.
Distance was what? 400?
300 to 400 meters. One way to do a portage. Luckily there was a ready path.
Yes.
I think we misused the portage path this way, but who cares? We got the job done. Okay, are you ready to go?
Yep.
You have to do really good. Oh wow. That was one heavy portage.
Probably feels more comfortable to sit in the canoe.
Oh, I love it. canoe's turn to move us around, not vice versa. Luckily, actually the ground was so soft and wet that the canoe was easy to pull there.
That must have been the first portage we've done in the snow.
Yeah. And we could have also just carried, but the ground looked so nice for pulling that we decided to do that this time. No problem.
Successful trip so far.
So far, yeah.
Liar.
On a GoPro lost.
What happened?
It was a little bit longer stick and behind the canoe. And of course, at the shore it hit a branch and fell into the river. The water is completely dark. It was almost 2 meters deep and extremely cold, so after 15 minutes of trying to find it with our paddles, we just had to give it up. Oh well, live and learn.
Da da da.
I don't think our axe is gonna be enough for that.
No. Well, you can hit it with the Coke bottle.
Plop plop. No problem, we'll go from the side.
Yes, right over there. We've never been to a place where there have been so many beavers. This is really incredible. And just around the corner, there's even more. Looks like somebody was a little bit hungry over here. Quite incredible. Lots and lots of beavers over here, yet nobody wants to come in front of the camera. First animal sightings of the day. Not a bear, not a wolverine, no better, beaver. We came from around the corner over here and just saw that we don't get anywhere without portaging because of those 2 trees here blocking our road. And just there in the corner something was looking at me in the water. And just as I reached for the GoPro, of course it was diving. And then I saw it hop on land and disappear into the woods, so probably it went from here back upriver. So lots of beaver activity around, and it's now midday. No luck with the camera. Sorry. There's a sighting of a rare vesa though. And bread, sounds good. Canned tuna and cookies.
Lunch of the champions.
I think we finally can get rid of our rain gear.
I think so.
Okay, all there. Interesting. Yes. When you don't have the money for a bridge, then this is what happens.
Yeah.
Search. Yep. Sure feels like we're paddling right into the rain.
Okay. That should be enough space. Oh my, what a good feeling. The water is going inside my shoes.
Luckily you have neoprene shoes and dry socks.
Yes. Let's see how dry the socks actually are after this.
That's right, you haven't worn them before.
I have a feeling that they're not very dry.
Okay.
Okay, let's go underneath that thing. Let's save our Coke bottle. Very interesting adventure so far. Extremely curvy little river. You have to be on your toes all the time, so the filming is really difficult. Since there are lots of trees that have fallen into the river, and even with the, if you had a handsaw, you couldn't cut them all, they are so big. Luckily the water is high enough, so we get over most of them, or can just cut a couple of branches and we get underneath them. If the water was 20 centimeters lower, this would take us hours longer. We would have needed to go probably by the land at least 6 to 10 times already, at least. But the water is just higher. This is not a bad river at all. I actually like it. The weather has been quite nice, almost perfect. Just a little bit of rain at the start in the first lake. Now there are some dark clouds on the horizon. Let's hope that we don't get soaked in the last 2 kilometers. After the river, there is just about a kilometer of a lake left anymore, and then we are back to our car. I think the suckiest part has been losing the GoPro. That wasn't fun. Let's take that as a lesson and take better care of our gear in the future. There are a couple of nice parts, as you can see in the background now, those sandbanks. Not as big as other rivers, but of course this is a smaller river herself, so. But it's really beautiful in its own wild way. Most probably next time if I would come, I would stay at the upper parts. There were lots of beaver lodges there. Oh, and a rabbit ran there. And of course, cannot film. That's the story of this trip. We see lots and lots of crows, some other big birds, but just a glimpse, and even animals on the ground, but just we just don't have time to film because you have to all the time be directing the canoe and paddling.
Over here we have some evil rain clouds already awaiting us, but we're convinced that we can run away still on time, since that shiny window over there, that's actually already the window of our car. Back in rain clothing, just like in the start of the trip, even though in between we were able to get rid of them and actually had to put some Central Ocean on. It was that hot. It was a very nice trip, I think, especially the upper part, the first lake and the first part of the river. It was very exciting, but the last part is a little bit more boring. So if I could do the whole thing again, I guess I would just do the first half, but it was a lot more time. And then get a pickup maybe halfway through. because we actually passed the road there. And anybody who wants to come to the river over here, I think it should be said that right away when the snow is leaving, the snow and ice are leaving, you have to come immediately. Because afterwards it's going to be so low that there are too many obstacles to have fun with a canoe at least. Dark clouds in the sky. I think we can have some power paddling now, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm having power paddling over here.
Okay. See ya.
See ya. Bye bye.
Was that a hint? Hey.